Hello. Today we're doing a painting with oil pastels and watercolors. We know these two mediums work nicely together by the way that they are not mixing in between. And you start with oil pastels. We're gonna do the butterflies and the grass, half abstract scenery. So what you do first, you take, I would say, your favorite color for the butterflies. And you do just drawing the butterflies as you want. We can do maybe 2, 3, maybe 3 is a good number. The most important to do them different size. So like the butterflies, yeah, we can make them in also simple way. They have the center, the body, and then they have the wings going. Like upper wing usually is the bigger, and the lower wing usually is small. Also remember, like the way how we use the oil pastels is by the way how you press. So you can press lightly, or you can press stronger, and then you get different effect. Yeah, I suggest pressing them a bit stronger, so then later when we put watercolors on top, and the lines are more visible. So what's here to think about is that, so the lines you're putting with oil pastels, they're gonna stay. But for example, I can think that like I will fill up the butterfly with watercolor. Yeah, this can also be cool. Or maybe I can also say, okay, just the half of butterfly I will fill up with oil pastels. What else is nice? Is nice to take, let's say, some light color, so maybe white, or if you have this like very pale, you can do also with the contour. Yeah, or maybe even like to do the one butterfly just with white. So then later, when you put the watercolors, especially if you do the dark background, then the white looks nice. So we can experiment different. So here on top, I took white oil pastel. I'm gonna do like maybe smaller size white butterfly, but it's just the contour. Still, then I can later fill in the with some color. Also try to think maybe the different shapes for butterflies, one flat, one more wider, narrow. What also works nice is some stripes. Yeah, so maybe I'll do one more. Also looking nice, a bit butterflies coming out. So let's say I don't draw the whole butterfly, but just the part coming from the bottom. And then it also gives a bit different the composition. So we have 4 butterflies. Maybe I do. One more. Butterflies are ready. So now we're going to do the vertical line. And for those, I also suggest taking light colors. So the lighter you put the darker ones in between, and then it has the contrast. So again, maybe white, yellow, something light orange, light pink. And basically just going like vertically, but a bit curvy line. They do also white ones. So a bit, so this is already a bit like half abstract background. Lines can be also be like starting orange, going into yellow, ending white. Also looks interesting like the transition. The half abstract backgrounds are nice because they give like also room for imagination. And so let's say we have butterflies that like no one can argue, okay, real butterflies, and then the background is already something that you give space for the viewer to choose to see what's in them. Yeah, also maybe light blue lines can work there. Yeah, and remember to press hard enough for the oil pastels for them to be more resistant to the water we're going to be putting. I think this painting also looks cool on the bigger paper side because it's also not difficult, and then on bigger size you can create more spacious. Cool. Juliet is ready. Very nice. So we're gonna take watercolors then. And first, I would suggest we work on butterflies. So think of them, what colors you want to give. And here is usually we remember our color wheel. So let's say this butterfly is orangey. So either I can go with the colors that are standing next to it, yellow, reddish, or I go with the color that is the contrast, the opposite. Yeah, so you can experiment. One butterfly can do like this, the other like this. See also how it looks. So for example, I will show you on both. So let's say this, the big one I have orangey. I will go to the colors that are standing close in the color wheel. I'm going to take some yellow and some red. So in this case, the contrast will not be very big. Yeah, and here also the magic of the oil pastels not being affected by the watercolors, because oil repels water. Mm-hmm. And here at the bottom, yeah, so you see, let's say here at the bottom, I've put red and red with orange, so they don't give such a contrast. Yeah, still I see my lines there. Yeah. Of course, also use the quality of watercolors that it flows. Yeah, we're going to use it even more with the background. Yeah, we're going to let the background flow. But also here with butterflies, you can use just like let the color mix. You can also use the gravity, so you can move around your paper. Yeah, so then you just kind of let the color flow where you want. And here at the bottom, I have butterfly that I did with yellow oil pastel. And I'm gonna put a purple watercolor in it. Yeah, and then we remember so that, yeah, here, yellow is one of the primary colors, and the complementary color of yellow is purple. Yeah, so it's kind of the opposite. And so here, if I put it, you're gonna see how contrasty it is. Mm-hmm. This is something also just to think which one, like both options are fine. Just you're gonna get a bit different result. And you color the butterflies you have according to your taste. I also do like a line around them, so not coloring only inside the butterfly, but also like a contour around the wing. Then it looks also a bit like double. And here, for example, where I did with the white. Next time, maybe closer to Christmas, we can do a Christmassy painting with a similar technique of the oil pastel and watercolors. And there it's very nice, of course, to do the snow. So with the white oil pastel, you create the areas that you don't want to be colored. Yeah, and then it's nice then, like the roof of the snow, like everything what's snow, what's white, gonna stay. And then you can easily cover it with watercolor. Okay. The other thing that is very nice to do in this technique, it's working with textures. So say you take oil pastels for creating some design, some lines, some ornament, and then when it's done, you emphasize like with the background, with the watercolors, and also. And here I've started already playing a bit with the background, just like using the color that I've put for the butterfly, like blending it out a bit with the background. And so then again, yeah, watercolors is the medium that loves water, and this is what one should do. So kind of let it flow, yeah. And watercolor always look better when you let itself do the job. So not you with the brush doing like 20 moves, but it always looks better when the less brush strokes you do with watercolors, the better it looks. So you just kind of let the paint mix itself. And of course, if it flows like in somewhere where you really don't want to, you use a kitchen paper towel to correct it. Okay. And then thinking of the background. Once you have your butterflies done, you can also evaluate what colors you would like. Would you already have practiced a bit? Okay, which colors, how they look, like the dark and the light. So you see how this yellow butterfly is really bright, looking on the dark background. Yeah, the dark purplish background looks wow, shiny. Yeah, but if I put there some orange background, it wouldn't be like this. So we always think. And yeah, then playing with background. But I won't rush. Yeah, Juliet, let me know if you're ready when you're ready with butterflies, we go together for the background. What also like good with watercolors is letting them dry and then come back. So also don't rush. Let's say you can put some areas and then wait till it's dry and then kind of come back and improve it. Yeah? It's better than fighting. Cool. Nice. Juliet is ready with butterflies. So yes, let's move to background. Just my idea. So maybe like the upper level can be a bit more yellowish, and the bottom level can be a bit more greenish blue, say, so a bit more darker. But of course, again, yeah, let it flow. If you have other choices, also fine. And it's usually better starting with lighter colors. So I'm going to start from top and going down, but also good in watercolors. You can take any object and you can put it, let's say, a bit under your cardboard where your paper is sticked. Like this, you create the gravitation, so like everything falls down one direction. It's good for watercolors looking like nicer if they're just floating. And of course, lots of water. So for watercolors to be as they are, they need water to flow. Here. Yeah, we can also play with maybe lighter green on top. Yeah, remember, green is mixing nice with yellow. So using also this effect. emerald color. Yeah, if you don't have it ready, remember it is green with blue mixed together. Also one of my favorite mixes. Now looks always beautiful. And no rushing. Thinking about light and darkness. Also the way paints are reacting with the oil pastel stripes you have. Yeah, so if you feel somewhere looks better, if it needs a bit more darkness, so it's more contrasty. And I also suggest putting enough amount of paint, make it bright. I'm also working like a bit up and down with the brush, also creating a bit the grass effect. So also done. Also choosing right color combinations. And so it doesn't have to be like placing all the paints, all the colors I have. It also comes already with knowing your paints, to know which one gives you which, like which blue is nice with the yellow. Yeah, because we know blue mixing with yellow gives us green, but the greens we get are different. So here we can also work on. And another, let's say, golden rule of watercolors. If you like some area, especially that just by accident got mixed, floated, then just leave it. Don't touch it, because it's only gonna get worse. So beautiful watercolors area are meant to be left to dry. Now we're going with like brighter strokes. And we're also adding darker, contrasty. What else I like in the watercolor technique is the technique of dropping water drops. So you take a brush, just with better with the clean water. So in watercolors, it's good to have like 2 cups with the water, and then you just go dropping the water drop, and it's going to be pushing the watercolor around. Yeah, it's going to work if it's still not too dry. Yeah? And then it can also give you some nice effects. Yeah? So maybe like, especially if you do it like too plain, too, you can have some bit more artistic effects There is also technique of dropping parts with the heating, yeah, a little bit like when you do the stars. This one just putting the water drop. It works especially where it's enough amount of paint. Yeah, when it's little paint, then it's not going to be like really pushing nothing. So what happens, it still has to be kind of wet paint, and then you're going to see the. It also works on better on darker, because it kind of like just clean water gets closer to the paper and pushes the paint around. And another thing of not overdoing, so feeling when to stop, and also kind of yeah, and then you can also evaluate, let's say, here I have some butterflies that turned out cool, and some butterflies could have been better. And then you can ask yourself, okay, which ones that look great, what they have? Do they look like with a contrast or with a color combination? Yeah, it's very useful for us to learn. And then you say, let's say I have my, here at the bottom, the butterfly just faded, like not interesting. And I'm still thinking if I have a chance to improve it. I'm gonna try to take the paint out. So dry enough. Oh, Juliet is showing me her result. Nice one. I like it. Did all pastels worked well? Yeah, they were. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Nice. Then you can later show to Ellie, see if what she's gonna say. Okay, I try to correct my butterfly at the bottom. Not sure if I'm getting it better. Okay, since it's the paper, the bottom part, I can probably cut. Nothing to do. All righty, I'm taking the tape off. It was kind of quick today, very quick drawing, but just, yeah, exploring using this technique. Yeah, maybe like taking bigger paper definitely also gives better results. Yeah, and also let it dry. So you remember that watercolors, when they dry, they look different. So now it all might look bright and cool, but then it's gonna be lighter. Yeah, remember the watercolors, they lose maybe like 40% of the color intensity. So, but nice. That was the art experiment for today. So, and since it's December, I suggest we do some, yeah, wintry Christmas stuff in the following weeks. Yeah? Okay. I'm glad you agree. Hope Ellie will get better and that we all together can do some nice artworks, maybe postcards, also like cards that to give to someone. Nice. When it's dry, you can put the signature if you want it on the other side, or yeah, depending how you prefer. But here is also nice to get your signature somewhere hidden around those stripes and leaves.